Yo. Yo. That was weird. Yo.
Yeah, I was saying if you felt that anxiety and all that like in that room the first time, your brain might like subconsciously still hold on to some of that shit.
Because I'm in the
So that
same
goes back to like
physical
the
environment.
environment thing. Yeah, exactly. So it goes back to like the environment of like maybe it's not actually chemical, it's just like it's that environment that you're persistently in.
Yeah. I'm
I
always
think a
in
lot
this
of it
room.
has to do with like I think a lot of it has to do with momentum. Like I don't like
Mm.
my thought isn't like matured on this, but like I've had these ideas of like you know this where you like you've told me like the month or two where you felt the best was when you bought your machine.
Like I was spiraling
And the
upwards type of thing.
yeah, exactly. Like and I think the reason is because you saw momentum, like you saw progress.
Yeah, I think I was
And
doing so good in
and I
my
think you
life that I
feed
took the bet on buying the machine to begin with, too.
yeah, and I think humans feed off that. Like you need that constant moving forward. You need those like I want to say wins, but they're not necessarily wins, but you need to see something progress constantly going
Uh-huh.
forward, or else you feel as though you're stagnating, staying in the same spot.
Uh-huh. And yo, you're right. It was consistent wins. It was back to back to back to back to back. It was like, what's next? What am I gonna do next in my life? And I was happy to move forward. It was almost like but it's true. Once you start making small changes, you see them compound into bigger changes, and then you see a massive change because you can reflect back, and then you're like, wow, like a lot has changed. A lot can change in the future, and it makes you believe in your future almost.
Yeah,
It gives you hope.
yeah,
I think that's what
100%.
it is. I think it's like I think it's a self-fulfilling like feedback loop of hope and confidence. Like yeah, actually it's true, bro. The difference between like being confident, like even just right now, like being able to like hit up this guy and try to like set up this entrepreneurial business, like this website for this guy. Like I know for a fact when I asked one of my coworkers who was like new to Best Buy, he's probably on his journey to being more confident about his abilities. Like he wasn't down to
Yeah,
do it. And I was like, bro, like
yeah.
why not? Like this is a great opportunity, but he wouldn't progress with it. I wonder if like in 5 years from now or in a couple of years, after like he progresses through his own journey, he'd be like, oh yeah, like for sure, I'm gonna take on clients like another guy, absolutely.
Yeah. And yeah, it is just perception. Like I've even noticed it myself like for the like since I'm what 26 now.
Mhm.
I would say maybe the past like 2, 3 years is when I've really like just had that perception of like yo like I can do this type of shit. Whereas
Mhm.
before, like if somebody started talking to me about like marketing or something, I was like, oh, like you know that I don't know marketing, like please teach me type thing. But now I'm
Mhm.
like I genuinely believe that I can do anything any marketer does. Like Gillen gets paid like a shitload at Shopify to do this marketing. Like I fully believe that I can very easily do Google Ads.
Mhm.
And it's 100% about perception. It's just the fact that it's like you don't realize that like in business is there's nothing like nothing's complicated. It's just people know how to do something and like most other people in business just don't have the time to learn how to do that shit. So they pay
Mhm.
somebody to do it. But it's like marketing isn't that hard. Like sales is just you learn it type thing. Once you learn it, you know it. Like
Mhm.
e-commerce, once you know how to build a website, you know how to build a website. There's nothing quote unquote difficult about it. Like learning, it's obviously a process. You have to go through it, but then once you know it, there's like, is there anything difficult about it? No. Like yeah, I can put a website together in about 2 hours.
Mhm.
People are willing to pay like $3,000 simply because they don't have the time to learn that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just yeah, but it's
I
100%
I
just about the
agree, dude. I
perception.
actually built when you're talking about that, I'm even thinking about reflecting on my own life and like through just working at Best Buy, dude. When you first get hired at Best Buy, you have a perception of these salesmen who are getting crazy warranty sales are like these gods, and you're like, well, what the fuck? Like how? Like you can't imagine how they would create these sales or like how they get these, how every customer they talk to ends up buying a warranty or like goes for their pitch. And then like even to the point where you see like people move up into manager positions and you're just like, bro, like I started with this guy and I showed this guy how to do this and that, and now he's quote unquote big shot, and the perception that he gets from new employees, it's just like you're saying, anybody can do it. It's just about spending the time or actually having the like it's a perception thing. everybody I think can be a good salesman, and I think everybody at Best Buy has the potential to being like great salesmen, as long as like if they got hired there, it means their social skills are decent enough to just communicate with people, and that's all it takes. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'm necessarily more special or less special than any of the other people, and I don't think they're necessarily more special or less special than me. You know what I mean? Like I get what you're saying. Like it really is just
Yeah, like
it's
I don't
perception
think
based
people
on spending your
understand
time.
how good they can get at something within like a year span.
Mhm.
Like if you put time and effort for just a year at something, you're probably going to get yourself in the top like 5% of people who do it.
Mm.
And then from there, it's obviously hard to get into like the 1% because those are the people who fucking have been putting in 20 years of work.
Mhm.
And then it gets progressively harder. Like the dividends that you get from every hour that you put in are less and less and less, and it's just like you're getting like a little fraction of a percentage of better every time. But
Yeah.
the first like I don't know 100 hours that you put in, you put yourself past like 80% of people who just never touched that thing.
Yeah. They don't have the guts to take to walk the path.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
yeah.
you
So
know,
it's like this guy
you're
who
right
came
though. It's
in.
even like Billabot, bro. Look at Billabot. He said it today. He's like, "Oh, I'm in the top 2,000," but he's like, "Oh, I could be better." But exactly what you're saying. Everybody in the top 2,000 are fucking great players. And the difference between the top 2,000 and the top 200 is like you're saying, is the people who just live it. They're not.
Yeah, it's
They're
like it's
like
only
Billabot
like
has to
better,
work and
but
shit
it's
like that, and he
actually
has his kid and stuff like that, so he can't completely
yeah.
commit like the one percenters.
Yeah,
But
the
he's still
difference is only
close.
like 1 or 2% better. It's like one little movement better. It's one extra shot better, but
Mhm.
that being that better takes like an extra 5,000 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%.
I could see that. I
Yeah,
think
dude, hit up
like,
that guy. We'll fucking get it. That guy as a client.
dude, I'm super down. I can see it, bro. I can see. And honestly, bro, it's crazy how easy it is to get to that point, man. Like everybody talks about how hard it is to cold call, how hard it is to get to this and that. I'm telling you, bro, all you have to do, the opportunities are everywhere in your life. They're everywhere. I was literally just talking to this guy about life and like talking about cell phone plans. And
Mhm.
then from cell phone plans, we were talking about some random shit. And then like I don't even know how we got to my business, but I ended up telling him about my business. And then like it blossomed into that. It just blossomed into a crazy conversation where I was like, wow, like this is great. You just gotta take like, I don't know. I went for the opportunities. Like I saw the opportunity to pitch my business and I did it. And then from there, like I was genuinely interested in what he had to say. And then he let me know that his brother does this and that and this and that. And then the question just came up through conversation, like, do you do that? And I was like, yeah. Because he knows I run my business. He knows I do this and that. I don't
Mhm.
know. I think getting people as customers is not as hard as it. I think like if you somehow get to a conversation with anybody, you can find out some type of shit like that. Cause it happens to
Yeah,
me
because like
consistently.
most people need this sort of stuff.
Mhm.
That's what it comes down to. It's just every business is pretty much the same. It's just different products and services.
And I think if you think of the time scale too, 2020 is a perfect time because everybody knows the internet exists. Everybody knows
It's
how
2021,
valuable
bro.
20 exactly, but everybody knows how valuable the internet is. They all know it's a proven and
Mhm.
work thing, but a lot of people still don't have their shit online,
Oh, 100%, bro. Most people don't have their shit online.
which is
It's
retarded
crazy how
because
many
they
people
all know.
don't.
They all
Yeah.
know how strong it is. They know
Yeah.
that every Forbes 500 company has a website, but a lot of moms and pops don't have them.
Yeah. Bro, it comes down to it where people are literally like, I don't know how to do that. Or
Mm.
they're just like, you know what, I'm like, I don't need that. Like some people are just old school like that, where they, they'll put an ad in a newspaper instead of doing a digital marketing
Mhm.
because that's just what they know. They're like, oh no, I don't need that.
I already
That's
pay
what
for
it is. Yeah.
my word of mouth or whatever.
I find it's always like just buzzwords in industries. There's just like a few buzzwords where people are like, what the fuck is that? And then they just like they're pushed away from it.
What do you mean, like like the word crypto type thing? How it scares people?
Yeah, or like I mean, for example, like in e-commerce, right? You tell somebody you need an SSL certificate for your website. Like somebody who doesn't know about e-commerce they're gonna say like, yo, what the fuck is that? But really, it's just like you need to secure your website, and you just click a few buttons on Shopify, and they give you an SSL certificate. It's just to secure your website so that any data that goes through your website is secure and nobody can hack and steal credit card information.
And take the stuff.
Right? And yeah, but like if you talk to somebody and you drop that, like just by dropping, hey, like, yeah, I'm gonna set up your website, I'm gonna get you an SSL certificate to secure your entire website, you just like, bro, you sound like you're a fucking god, like you know everything. And most people
you just have the knowledge
do that
through the thing.
Yeah, and most people when they're setting up their website, they're gonna look online. They're gonna see an online forum like you need an SSL certificate, and they're gonna panic and they're like, "What the fuck is that? I have no idea how to do that."
It's too
Little
overwhelming.
do they know
for
that
them
you
to
just like
figure out.
when you buy Shopify, it comes with Shopify, right? You just don't know that.
Well, you're right, dude. It's taking the time. That's why you get paid the bucks. It's because you took the 10 years, or you took the 1 year to learn how to do this shit. Like I took the time to learn how to make NFTs yesterday. I told Best Buy that I couldn't work Mondays, and they fucking tried to schedule me yesterday on Monday. And I see what's happening, dude. If I show up to the shift and I get paid, even though I had nothing to do for the day, I didn't actually have anything super important to do. They're gonna consistently rely on me to close the store and be alone for 5 or 6 hours. By me not showing up, I forced them to figure out that situation. And now they're gonna have to do the same thing next week.
You were closing every day for every weekday.
But I was closing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and my entire team, everybody I work with, dips at fucking 5 o'clock the latest, and most of them dip at like 1. Sometimes they're gone at like 2 o'clock, and it's from like 3 o'clock onwards.
But isn't like fucking like a Wednesday night? Isn't there a shitload of people?
Dude, there is, bro, and I get all the sales, and I get 100% on every fucking bill. Like, I still do it.
But how do you, if you're one person in the store?
No, for one person for mobile, to do cell phones.
Okay.
But you're right. If there's like 3 people, no, it's never, bro. It's consistent that you'll have 2 people. Sometimes you'll have 3, and sometimes you'll have like 5 or 6 people who just pile up. And you're doing one activation, you get into an issue. The activation takes you 45 to an hour, and then within that hour you pile up like 4 or 5 customers. And then like you don't know if some
Bro, they must be pissed. Bro, I'd be pissed if I walked into the Best Buy and had to wait fucking 2 hours.
Well, the thing is, like when new people come in, even if I'm helping somebody and I'm like in the middle of looking at their fucking IDs, I'll be like, "Hey, how are you? How can I help you today?" Like in the middle of my transaction. And then if they ask me, like, I just need a fucking phone case or I want some AirPods, I'll call on my walkie and be like, "Yo, can somebody help me just get some AirPods real quick?" Like, I don't have time to do it. But there's oftentimes there's people who are like, "I'm here for a cell phone." I'm just like, "Okay, we'll take a seat and wait." And then, like, I'll have somebody else. I'll be like, "Okay, well, I got this guy waiting to get a trap phone. That guy wants to get this. And then I gotta activate this person." So you're waiting after all these people. And then people might fuck off after 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't mind though. I don't mind if they fuck off though. It's better for me. I'd rather there be less people.
Problem.
Yeah, it is 100%. But anyways, regardless, I learned how to do NFTs or how to make an NFT. And bro, it's not difficult at all. Exactly what you're saying, bro. It's super simple.
Yeah,
and some of these websites make it.
Put into the fucking block.
Oh, you don't even need to do that, bro. It's like Shopify. Like how you click a couple buttons. You literally, that's all you're doing. You're uploading the image. you choose a couple settings. You put a description in. You do have to. There is a little bit of the skill gap comes into gas wars, and figuring out how to deal with a gas war. So because Ethereum's
to
such
not pay a shitload.
Yeah, or just like because you have to pay a shitload, or just like you're saying, the terminology gas war just throws people off. It's like, okay, I don't want to do an NFT anymore. I'll pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Because you gotta go onto like Ethereum, you gotta go onto like an Ethereum tracker to see like what kind of transactions are going at the moment. And if there's a ton waiting, then you gotta like see, okay, how much money do I have to spend to bypass everybody so my shit goes by quick and my shit actually works. And then like you gotta spend you gotta spend over the gas amount, but you gotta calculate that somehow. Like there's like a whole formula.
It doesn't just line up in a queue.
No, not necessarily.
Well,
I think
price.
Yeah, I think it does line up in a queue, but I think I think it can take like retarded long. Like I think the way that they worded it on YouTube is like you never want to do not enough gas to get the full trip through, because like I think it just doesn't work. Like I think you waste money in that sense.
Well, how much is it? How much is the gas fee for that?
So, okay, imagine this. Imagine you don't know exactly the distance of something, but you know just about how far the distance is, and you have to gas up your car. So what you do is you overpay your gas, and if you put like, they say like 10 or 15 over like gas rate, then you're guaranteeing that your thing goes through like fast. And if you have leftover gas, you get to keep that as Ethereum. Like you don't end up spending it.
Okay.
But
And
if
what do
you
you
don't
mean
do
by
it,
distance? Where is it? Like, what do you mean? Like, how many people have
I'm
to
just
process through?
yeah, I'm using it as like I'm using the terminology
metaphor?
distance, yeah, as a metaphor. Just because if you don't have enough gas, then your trip was for nothing. You'll never get to your destination. And I think that's how it works when you're minting these NFTs, because you got to put it into the blockchain. I
So basically,
really,
you have to put a bid high enough for somebody to give a shit, choose it, and process it for you.
I don't think so. No. I don't fully understand the gas reasons, but I figured out how to, like I watched the video tutorial on how to do it. And then I ended up like, yeah, that's how I spent my day yesterday. But yo, super interesting. I think like I think I want to incorporate NFTs into like even my cell phone business. I was pitching it to like my coworker today. And bro, like I think coins in the blockchain and NFTs are the perfect solution to like a discount code or like so let's say I was selling cell phones and I wanted the help of you to sell them, but the way that I would pay you is through a commission. I want to pay out a credit that then you can then spend in my store to buy your own cell phone, but it would take like, I don't know, let's say you gotta get like 5 or 10 people to get phone upgrades with me or whatever. So like after I get paid from 10 people, then I made enough money where I can give you a phone for free.
Yeah.
And like
So you give them coins every time?
Yeah, I would want to create it into like a coin system, and then or like an NFT essentially, where like you buy like specific designs, or you buy this NFT and it unlocks like a tier of designs, or it unlocks like a free repairs for the rest of your life or some shit. I don't know, like you know, you can really change it up into like different things like that.
You could do that, but like I'd say it's probably simpler just to do it with a coupon system on a storefront.
You think?
Because you could do it like
But how do
like
they get
whatever you're
paid through the
talking.
coupon? It's like,
Well, every time they do something, they get 1 coupon, and in order to redeem it for whatever you're saying, they need 10 coupons.
okay.
So they have to accumulate 10 coupons in order to transfer that over.
But instead of 10 coupons, I would do like 10,000 coupons or some shit like that. Make it
Yeah, like if you want to do it,
inflated.
like it's a point system at that point. It's a point system where it's like you know, like at a fucking arcade, it's $10,000 for this stupid ass eraser. You gotta fucking go get some tickets.
Yeah.
If you win a game, you get 500 tickets if it's a big game, you know, and then like some games you only get 50 or 100 or 150 tickets type thing, depending on what it is exactly you do.
You think, okay, you think the coin thing would work then if you, let's say you want you to be a part owner in it. So I actually, this was another idea for because I've been, ever since I've learned about the blockchain, the more I learn about blockchains, I'm trying to incorporate it into real life incorporations. Like that's all I've been thinking about is like, oftentimes whenever I think about a new business or I think about one of my businesses, I try to incorporate it. So that was like you're right, I think, with the coupon codes, at least for my business. But I did think for the blockchain, I wonder if you can incorporate it for like a water sector. So let's say I wanted to develop water in Africa. My biggest issue is how do you crowdsource this, and who actually wants to invest in these places, and who benefits from the investment. So it'd be direct to consumer, and you would get access on your water by the amount of water coin that you purchase, or like tokens that you purchase, and subsequently you're investing in your own infrastructure in your own neighborhood. So like you can kind of become
But
like,
how would they purchase the water coin if they don't have money?
third world nations have money, bro. It's just about collectively like just it's like taxing people. It's like how else do you make anything? You make the people that
Oh,
live there pay
I
for
just
it.
see you might run into an issue that like they don't have computers and shit.
Dude,
Depending where exactly you
everybody
wanna
has a cell
implement
phone. Everybody in Africa has a cell phone.
Really?
Yeah. They all use AliExpress. AliExpress is huge in Africa. You can market like crazy in Africa. And I bet you nobody pays for ad space in Africa.
Probably not. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna sell?
Why not? Why not become the most popular person on that continent? And then when they do develop and they do have money in the next 50 years, because China's gonna give them money, bro. China's shoveling it down to Africa, and you're gonna see infrastructure is gonna build out of the blue in Africa. Like they're already building all the best, most experimental buildings in Africa. Like there's a building that breathes, and it's literally just the architecture is so high end and just like so like different, and it's made out of wood that like there's a breeze that pulls through it, and then it sections off upwards and just it gives the building free air conditioning essentially. And like it's inspired by anthills, which do the same thing but with Earth.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You seen that? Like, bro,
Yeah.
like when you think about that and you're like, like they built it in Africa, you're like, wait, what? Like, why? But that's the place, bro. That's the place to be. The most potential, bro, is the shittiest place on Earth.
Oh yeah, 100%. China's has like deep roots in Africa right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're setting some deep. Bro, they're building the fucking. You see the dam those motherfuckers are building? The three gorgeous
in
dams or some
Ethiopia?
shit?
Yeah.
Bro, no, I think it's like the top of Africa. I don't know. I don't remember where it is.
Top right, top
Bro,
right,
the biggest-
Ethiopia. Biggest dam
Yeah,
project
bro,
in
it's
the
the-
world. It's $11 trillion, and it's
Yeah.
it's also gonna be the cause of a huge conflict in
Yeah,
in the
because they're
next 10
gonna
years.
control the fucking water supply of like 3 fucking countries.
Yeah, they're gonna cut off Egypt, Sudan. No, Egypt
Hmm.
and Sudan. And you know what's fucked is
Yeah, they're.
those two countries use 80% of the water to begin with. So Ethiopia only uses 20%, and those other two countries use 40 each, or like, I think Egypt uses the majority. But if Ethiopia is already planning, they've already dammed it off basically, and they're already building up their stockpile of water, and they want to do it way quicker than the other countries want to allow them. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna fucking cut off the water. They're gonna build up their own stockpile of like these massive lakes, and then these other countries are gonna go to war for the water for sure.
Yeah. I wonder, like, how is China profiting? Because if they're willing to invest $10 trillion, like, where's their profit coming from?
I think they're on the side of Ethiopia, so they're gonna bank off Ethiopia, become a powerhouse in Africa. Because ultimately,
so.
so like say they do go to war with Egypt and Sudan, and they end up winning, and they like Egypt and Sudan don't do fuck all. Ethiopia can become like the hub or a second hub of Africa for all the neighboring countries to do business and want to go to. Kind of how like Lebanon became, Lebanon became that in the Middle East. Actually, Syria was that before Lebanon. If you look at Syria in the 70s, bro, it was fucking lit.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like, beautiful culture, deepest history roots, just in general. Like, the country was where Babylonia is Syria. Like, they had the first irrigation systems in the world.
I think Babylonia is in Afghanistan. Or Iraq.
No, I thought it was Syria. Or maybe it's
It's one of the Middle East. It's somewhere in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Man, bro, it sucks that the Middle East is this war-torn place. Because yeah, it has like, bro, it's the
Oldest parts.
bro, it's like the cradle. It's the cradle of civilization. It's like where fucking.
Well, it's where
civilization
religion and
was
shit
born.
was. Well, Africa is, but yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like cities. I think like Babylon was the first actual like city, like modern city that we know of type thing. Because obviously, yeah, people were still in Africa. They had obviously, like,
there's a big
quote-unquote cities.
misconception. Yeah, there's tons of cities in Africa, bro. There's just that they were robbed. Just like, so I think the Middle East is more recently robbed, in the sense that we can kind of see that like they were just recently fucked up and like their culture was robbed from them. But in Africa, bro, they didn't have written anything. It was all their traditions and their culture was passed down through relics. So when Europeans came through and they took all the relics and they brought it back to museums, like you have an entire nation that's lost. They don't know where they came from, so they don't know where their trajectory is. Like you can't continue your culture, continue your trajectory if the beginning was robbed, I think. And I think like a momentum thing also happens, you know? But I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think like I
And
wish
also in like Mexico or something, there's like Chichen Itza. It's like another like
infancy spot of like humanity.
yeah. Well, it makes sense too, though, right? Because it's like completely separated, so there's no way they could have gone. There it makes sense that there would be like the first cities on each like continent.
Mm-hmm. Like separated and shit. Yo, you know, it'd be
Yeah.
crazy if we find like some type of civilizations in Antarctica. That'd be wild. Some ancient relics. I doubt it though. I
Bro,
highly doubt it.
I'm gonna send you
It'd
this,
be
bro. Yo,
interesting.
you think China replaced Kim Jong Un with some motherfucker that just looks like him?
Wait, what?
This motherfucker, bro, he lost fucking 100 pounds overnight.
He was sick, dude. Wasn't he like almost terminally ill?
Bro, he doesn't look the same guy. Alright, we're gonna give my dog some sparkling water. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was sick, but I mean,
Oh shit.
North Korea is such a fucking weird ass
Yo,
country,
that's
dude.
him recently?
Yeah, like it's him like with I think that I don't know when that picture was taken. Seems like propaganda though, because like I mean they don't like that picture is not coming out of North Korea unless North Korea let it come out.
Yeah, maybe they wanted this. Wow, look at the fucking crowd show out they had. Look at everybody, bro. It's a
Bro,
sea of people.
North Korea is so. Did you ever watch that Joe Rogan episode with Yeomi Park,
No,
like a
she exposes
defector
it?
from North Korea? Well, she's a defector from North Korea. But like North Korea is like it's actually owned by China. Like, like the entire North Korean regime is owned by China.
What do you mean?
Like China owns them. Like China completely supports everything. Like if China stopped supporting, like the estimate is that they would completely collapse within a week. China gives everything to them. They're the only
I
people
wonder
they
if they're
do trade
I wonder
with.
if they're a subsect of like China though. In the sense that
Well,
like
China does all
China
their weapons tests and shit in North Korea, and probably does like experiments and shit there.
on
But
people,
for
eh?
they know for a fact that all like the weapons tests and like nuclear tests, China does in North Korea.
But what do Chinese people think about North Korea? That's a big thing too.
They like spit on them basically. Like Kim Jong Un, like he obviously works directly with China, but he never, like China never invited him or anything to their country until like Donald Trump went and he wanted to make like quote unquote peace with North Korea, and only then did China like actually invite Kim Jong Un to meet. But before that, like they just basically like he was like the you know like the little brother who was looked down on kind of thing.
Huh. Was
But yeah,
yeah,
bro, North
it
Korea's
was a
fucked.
third. It was their second class. They were treating it like a second class citizen, like
Exactly.
not important
Apparently
too.
everybody's starving in North Korea.
I believe that. I've heard that too.
Yeah, like everybody's starving. They have 50 classes of people. That's how they when you're born, you're assigned to one of 50 classes, and that dictates who you're gonna be for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but
And if you're
is it like a caste system in India?
if your grandmother, bro, if your great grandmother did something to get put in a concentration camp, when you're born, you live in that concentration camp for the rest of your life. You're punished for the sins of your ancestors. If your house is on fire, bro, and you don't run in to save the mural of Kim Jong Un, you're killed. There was a woman in North Korea who her house was on fire. She ran in to save her two kids, and didn't take down the picture of Kim Jong Un, so it burnt in the fire, and she was killed for it.
What the
There was
fuck?
also people, bro. There was also people when the previous leader died. There
Yeah,
was
who didn't
people
cry
were
hard enough.
Yeah, there's people
I
who
heard
were
of that.
killed because they didn't cry hard enough.
I heard of that.
If you go to a hospital there, apparently they like they all have to use the same needles because they don't have enough.
That's so fucked. Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Like if you need surgery, there's no anesthetics. You have to just cut you open without any painkillers.
I think
Like
you
there's
told
so
me
much
that.
shit, bro. It's fucked.
Makes sense,
But
bro.
yeah,
They
bro.
can't afford
Like
all that extra shit though.
yeah, man. But like, what the fuck? Like that was one podcast I would encourage anybody to listen to. It was like eye opening. I was listening to her speak. I was like, what the fuck?
But okay, what if that's also propaganda against communism? To really reinforce the idea that when you live in a communist society, you don't have shit. You don't have no needles, no nothing. Cause what if, okay, what if this? What if the entire world?
Bro, don't
What if,
defend
okay,
communism right now. Bro.
yo,
Go ahead.
what if the entire world was communist, and there was nobody who was capitalist taking advantage of the communists? What would happen?
That does it. If so, who would be at the? You're saying the people at the central, in like, who are the central leaders of the Communist Party of the world are good people and evenly distribute everything as communists theoretically should.
Yeah. Did we live in a
Then,
perfect system?
well, because that's the thing, right? In theory, communism works. On paper, communism works, but human nature does not. Like, you
Humans.
can't. Like, communism might work if an artificial intelligence like Skynet takes over and decides, hey, communism works, and forces humanity into communism. Maybe, but
Yeah.
human beings cannot.
Skynet, bro, this
communism.
guy just said Terminator Skynet.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, human beings cannot implement communism. That doesn't work. Human nature, like, power corrupts absolutely. So the second you're saying everything has to be consumed at a central location, everything has to be funneled towards a central location that then disperses it, that central location is guaranteed to become corrupt. It's impossible that it doesn't.
I agree. What if, okay, bro, I just had a crazy thought, bro. What if an AI takeover is already in its process, and it happened during COVID, and it's pumping crypto, and that's how they steal it from us, bro. They pump their money in crypto, and then they pull it out. They pump their money in crypto, and then they pull it out. Pump their money in crypto, they pull it out, and each pump
has like a bank account somewhere that just owns all the money.
it's like an AI of like $1 billion that's constantly doing this. But every time it does this, it trades to make a positive trade, so it can go back in and still pump the heart, and like each and every pump up and down, the heartbeat grows stronger and stronger until everybody's money is in crypto, and there's a fucking AI who made us all switch into it, and he's some fucking commie.
Then it fucking deletes it.
And he just he makes us all a slave.
That's
like
the crazy
crypto
part, bro.
bug,
People
bro.
fucking
Imagine if the
work their entire lives
blockchain
as
just
fucking-
turns off, bro. But the thing,
That'd be
okay,
fun.
there's okay, to CERN and AJ's defense, because I remember when I was telling you guys about crypto, and I was like really serious about crypto when COVID, because like I saw my gains, bro. I saw the money that I made, and I was like automatically sold. I was like, bro, there's no way in hell I'm losing money anymore. Like, I'm in. You know what I mean? So, but like, to their defense, I do understand the idea that value is only given to shit that you look at. Meaning that you can have $1 billion, but if I got the last 2 liters of water on Earth, it doesn't matter if you got $10 trillion, I'm not giving it to you, because I have the value, and I'm gonna live longer than you.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like,
100% value
I think,
perceived.
yeah, and I think it's gonna be like based off of like world things. Like, I don't know if necessarily any monetary value is
right
gonna.
now it's like skewed right now, where like these like natural resources and stuff are not valued properly. Like, people
They're
value
not.
money much more than they value water. Where in reality, water is infinitely more valuable than that fucking piece of paper in your wallet. It's just right now the way the world's set up, and with the economic system that we have, it's like you could trade money for anything. But soon, like that's a system that is fragile. Like, it has
Yes.
pillars, and if those pillars blow up and those pillars collapse, like, that water is going to be much more valuable.
Well, not okay.
they're
So
not-
I think we're on our way to that, because I was watching a video about not inflation, but they were talking about a worse fate for humanity.
Deflation?
Deflation, yes.
I think I watched the same video. Were they talking about like a black swan event and like some
Yeah.
Peloton, like
Yeah, exactly. Palantir.
yeah.
Fintech, bro. You know what's fucked, dude? I have a coworker who got into a fintech company pretty early. She got in at like $2. It's at like fucking $15, $20, and like I'm thinking about putting my money into it, because I think fintech
Yeah.
is the future of. I've been watching a lot of things about, like, just talking about fintech, just saying like these fintech companies know more than everybody else. Like, they're
Yeah,
the
just, like,
ones that the
data
big companies
analysts.
pay. Yeah.
Which makes sense, man. At the end of the day, if you can,
If you control
get
the
an
data, you
equation,
control everything.
yeah, and if you can get an equation that's actually good enough with the right data feed, you can basically predict the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not impossible.
Yeah, you watched the Black Swan event thing too. You think the Black Swan event is just gonna like it's gonna make water and like aluminum and all these random shit that we don't value super super valuable, and nobody's gonna have the money for it? Because
Not
with
sure what
deflation, your buying
deflation would
power,
look like.
your buying power goes up. Well, no, okay. How,
Your debt
no,
goes up
your debt goes up, but your
along with your buying power, though.
yeah. I don't know how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah, we're in a pretty fucked situation right now. It's like,
Well, but okay, would crypto be a trajectory of deflation? Like the money is, so no, that would, crypto would
no,
go
crypto
down.
can be a deflationary asset, but it would be an inflationary, like, monetary value.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Bitcoin's fixed in terms, like, it doesn't, like, Bitcoin is a fixed supply. Like, I'm talking supply. Like, Ethereum is technically, like, with the new update that just came out, it's now technically a deflationary asset where the supply of Ethereum is actually going to go down over time, which would just increase the price more. So it's technically still an inflationary asset,
Uh-huh.
but the supply is deflationary.
So there's
I
less
don't know
and
what would
less
happen
of
if,
it
like,
around, but it's getting more and more valuable.
yeah, I think
But that makes
like,
sense. It makes sense that
economy
it's getting
always,
more
like, it's,
valuable. But okay, if deflation happened, you think everybody's overspending their money right now, and everybody would get stuck in it, where their debt is too expensive and they just don't have
yeah,
any
because
money?
because anybody who's leveraged right now, which is fucking everybody, super over, like, anybody who's over leveraged is gonna get fucked because your debt becomes super expensive.
But okay, so
Anybody, like, if
okay,
you
but
took out fucking
my money
loans
is
that you couldn't take,
but if your money is leveraged in the market, you think it's gonna inflate with this deflation? You think it's gonna make these stocks skyrocket, or you think it's gonna make them drop?
no, deflation goes down.
So all the stocks are gonna go down.
Yeah, in a deflationary market, you want cash.
Warren Buffett's still in cash, I think. I think if you check it,
Yeah, I think he has a lot of cash.
I think he's still in cash live. I know, like a few months ago he was
I
in
think
cash.
there's more of a, I think there's more of a chance for just like a crash rather than a deflationary market. But I don't know, man. Like this is unprecedented. Like never before has, like, bro,
These
the U.S.
events
debt
happen
is
like
at like
this.
$28 trillion.
Yeah, but there's so
Like,
much money in the pool. They've printed so much money that it's less. It's good when there's inflation. Debt is good to have because you end up paying off less.
it's cheaper.
They don't have, yeah, exactly. It's a cheaper debt. But if it deflates, does the debt also go down, or the debt stays the same and it just becomes harder to pay it off?
The monetary amount pays the same, but the actual dollar amount doesn't matter, right? It's the buying power equivalent.
No.
It's like, how much is that really actually worth, like, in terms of buying power? Oh man, we're going into some fucking.
We're going
I don't
into
think
some
anybody
lobby
can really-
conversations.
I don't think anybody can really predict what's about to happen. Fuck knows.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna buy some gold, physical. And I think I'm gonna just, I'm gonna get that crypto USB key. I'm gonna fucking, like, prepare for
I don't know,
the
cause
worst.
like, bro, crypto at the same time, right? It's like, bro, you can't fucking drink crypto, you can't eat crypto either.
No, you can't. No, you're right. But
Even gold, like, why is gold a fucking?
But I think water is gonna be worth crypto. Like, people will still take crypto for your water.
Yeah.
People are
Yeah,
sheep, bro.
maybe.
I think you just gotta go with the flow. I think it's the thing to pump. Like, I'm really thinking about getting into NFTs. I'm thinking about finding a project that I believe in that has some type of a backing and just investing in it. Putting like 0.3
It's tough.
Ethereum into one.
Like, NFTs, like, Yeah, like
No, but
NFTs,
okay.
like,
So
it's really...
I was learning about it. As long if there's people who fuck with it, I was even thinking about NFTs that would work, bro. Like I thought of a couple that kind of make sense. Like, um, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be something that's like a profile picture, bro. That's what it is right now. It's a profile picture. NFTs are deeper than that, but at the moment, what's selling is profile pictures. So if you can make an NFT like a CryptoPunk or like these fucking monkeys or like the fucking cow equivalent of the monkeys or like every different animal that's the equivalent of the monkeys, like aliens and shit like that. Like there's so many stupid projects, and I think all of them are gonna be bust, except for one, the ones that really stand out. But I think it's also gonna be like everybody's doing like a picture of some like an animal or like a face of something or like a person, a thing, a living thing. Like what about I thought about it the other day, like what about snowflakes? Like imagine somebody made a snowflake NFT where you have like you can render out 10,000 variations of a snowflake and it's still something people can put on their profile picture. It's going to be different enough to differentiate one snowflake from the next. And there's only one snowflake NFT project right now that actually kind of makes sense, and it's super pixelated. But like, they have the right idea for it. And then there's another one that I saw. It was like flowers, and I think the flower one is strong too, because I feel like people could put that as like their profile picture. People would want to put that as their profile picture. If you had a rare flower, you had a flower that's different. Right now, the only flower thing that I saw on, I didn't look on OpenSea, but I was looking on like, I forgot the name of it, but I was looking on this one website, and they made like these LSD
The ones that are
flowers.
popping now though are like, what, it's like the CryptoPunks. There's like these stoned ape ones.
Yeah, the
Or like
monkey
mad
ones.
apes or something.
Yeah.
There's
Bro,
that. What?
if you look
There's
through
not
all of
many
them, they're
projects
all
that are
basically
popping.
profile pictures, bro. V Friends is a good one too. Gary V's NFTs
Yeah,
have
the Gary.
they've actually gone up in value.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I should have bought one. He told us. I watched all his videos, bro. Gary V put a cool spin on them. When I was learning how to mint an NFT, you can add like extra perks to them. Like
Yeah,
it's not
like
just a purchase. It's like a purchase
you
plus
get like
perks.
a phone call or some shit or whatever.
Yeah, like you get to talk to Gary Vee for 30 minutes every month, or like you get a consultation,
Yeah.
or you get to meet up with him, or you get like this or that. But like, it's interesting because you can start introducing new things. Like right now, a lot of the NFTs you have to buy like one stoned ape in order to have access to their next project, which is like a cow thing. So I saw some guy, he only bought an NFT just so he can have the next access, because he believes in the creators and he sees the community behind it, and he thinks the next one's gonna be bigger. So he ends up like risking it and buying one to get to the next, because it's gonna be even more exclusive, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think like NFTs are definitely gonna be a big thing. It's just, like I said, there's gonna be, like you said, there's gonna be a few projects that actually boom. The rest are gonna be bust.
I think it's, bro, but when I was thinking about it, I was like looking at the shit, because I was in Best Buy, right? So I was looking at all the fucking products that I sell. Like basically, if you could do it in your room or wherever you're sitting, just get all the objects that you have around you. Like you had to pay somebody to get these. Like, you didn't make any of this shit, right? But imagine if you bought this, but not only did you get the use of it and what it does, but you also get an extra perk, a hidden perk. And that's what these NFTs are. They're introducing perks to things, and you just gotta find the right thing to add it for. It's about mixing and matching. I can't think of what it would be, but if I was thinking of like a physical object, I don't know, like you can do like a
You get
t-shirt
fucking Juggernaut, bro. Speed pool.
but you think it would be like, yo, dead ass. But you think it would be, you think it's gonna be centralized behind services? Because Gary Vee is doing services. All his NFTs come with a service base.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
can,
I would say
I
service or
wonder if it
access.
comes with something else though. I wonder if you can add like
I would say access.
technology though. What if
Or
you can
maybe
do
like a
like
fucking
t-shirts that clean themselves?
bro,
You don't have to ever clean a t-shirt, you know?
Bro, an NFT that has like a timer on it. So it's like, you know, there's auctions and everything.
Mm.
And that NFT exposes like a fucking map to $1 million in gold.
So you gotta be the last one to hold it?
I don't know how it would work, but it just has a map, bro. It has a map.
And the time expires and you get something, bro. But
Yeah, it's got a
you
map.
get a prize. You get an extra prize with it.
Yeah, a mystery box.
Wait. So you said you buy an NFT and it comes with a map?
Yeah, it comes with a map.
Wait,
You
and
can
multiple
see.
people can buy the NFT?
Or yeah, like 10 people can buy it, bro.
Oh.
They all
Oh,
get a
shit.
tenth of the map, bro. They all get
Yo.
a tenth of the map.
Fuck.
And they gotta put that map together and work as a
Yo.
team to go find the treasure.
I don't know about the teamwork aspect, but I can imagine like the like you can create an NFT Easter egg hunt where like each and every NFT comes with its own hidden hint. You can own multiple
Mhm.
NFTs, so you can get multiple hints that would make it more
Yeah,
easier
so
for you to
it's
find
like
that treasure.
like drawing a raffle, like a raffle, right? Like you put your name in
Yeah.
multiple times in the raffle.
It gives incentives. So like if the prize is really good, you'll have somebody who buys like 5 of them. And if you make it like a lot, bro, oh my
Yeah, then
god.
yeah, you buy, bro. You put like a prize of like $10,000, and then
Mhm.
make like 10,000 NFTs, sell them for $5 each, type thing. That each NFT you buy gives you
More
something like
information.
yeah, like some way that it would have to be equal though, right? You'd have to be able to create 10,000 equal ways of giving people a piece of information in a different way, which is pretty
Uh-huh.
difficult to do. But then yeah, it's like then you sell each
Or
of
they
those
get
for
a line of
$5.
code. They get like a number, and you can decode the number. But you need more and more of them to see the pattern in the numbers, maybe.
Yeah, something like
That would
that.
be
Like
interesting.
you could technically figure out the pattern with one, but as you buy more and more, the pattern becomes more obvious.
Oh. And that
Something like
pattern
that.
yeah,
Yeah, that pattern pinpoints where the actual prize is.
that's interesting.
hmm And the prize could even be like online, bro. You don't need like fucking make
Yeah,
it
that's what it
like a
is.
URL. The pattern ends up showing like a URL that you type in, and if you're the first person to that URL, you go claim the prize.
Or it's like a username and a password for a random fucking website. Like you go on fucking like
Yeah,
I don't know.
JoeDick.com.
Yeah, you get like or no, you go on something even stupider like fucking what are those stuffed toys that my little sister used to play with? They had a good ass
Beanie
website.
Babies.
Nah, it was the other one. But they had a
My
cool
Little
website.
Ponies.
No, it's called Heineken's or something. I don't know. Anyways, they have a cool website where she used to play these games on the computer all day. You
Oh,
sign
bro, I
into
remember that. And you gotta buy the fucking
the
toy,
toy to
and
get
then
the
you can
fucking
fucking sign
website.
in with that toy. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But that was the original NFT, bro. Those guys were
For
fucking
real.
geniuses.
Yeah,
They
that
bribed
was.
these kids with the fucking games, bro, because all their friends would get it. Bro, that's another thing. If you can do NFTs that you can, like, if everybody starts gaining it and, like, having fun, like, kind of like, you remember that app that everybody did the quiz thing at, like, 6 o'clock for, like, a solid 3-4 months?
Oh yeah, what the fuck was that?
HQ?
HQ, yeah, bro.
Bro,
That was during the
HQ?
pandemic, was it?
No, it was not, bro. This was, like,
No, it
6 years
wasn't.
ago.
Yeah, bro,
HQ was
that
the
was lit.
OG!
Bro,
I'm telling you,
bro, that was
bro.
crazy. I remember HQ, bro. I used to play the fuck out of that. I
You
remember like some
did.
family gatherings and shit, bro. We all fucking
Yeah,
like
and
six
everybody was trying
o'clock,
to
bro.
win that money,
Everyone,
bro.
shut the fuck up. We're playing HQ.
Yeah, I used to like get upset, like actually mad that I missed it, bro. Be like, fuck. And then like
And
you'd
then
answer the
what there
questions
was like
right,
there
and
was
you'd be
like
like,
10 questions, right? And then it's like whoever was last, all split the prize money.
yeah. I don't know where I was going with this. I was gonna spit some crazy shit, but you went really down deep in the HQ thing. Oh, if you can make your if you can make your coin or whatever your NFT as popular as an HQ or as accessible as an HQ, so everybody
Mhm.
wants to do it, and then you feel like you're missing out if you're not participating, if you didn't buy your little coin.
Yeah.
That's a big thing too, bro. Yo, I wonder if like rappers are gonna put out NFT coins where you gotta buy it in order to see their music videos or some shit like that.
Probably.
Or like, oh, I
It
was
would make
thinking,
sense.
you
It
know,
would circumnavigate like
so
the
okay,
record industry.
I had this idea last night. I thought about it. I was like, yo, what if I hit up all these OnlyFans chicks? And I was like, look, I'm gonna set up NFTs for you, and based on the NFT, they get access to some of your pornos. So you know that they're like a subscriber and they're an active subscriber, but they have to like authenticate through that in order to see your pornos or see your nudes. So it's like
Yeah.
really exclusive, and it's kind of like a tradable thing. Like nudes always get leaked, that's the issue, but somebody's gonna leak them. But that's the type of paywall that these porn stars need, bro. To replace OnlyFans, they can just use these NFTs. You can become an NFT salesman for OnlyFans, but like, like you, like that's like the branding for only your website. You're only like you call it like only nudes, and you just set them up on NFTs basically. And like you do access, kind of like I don't know how the fuck Gary Vee does his access though. I don't understand how he gives you access to him for 30 minutes every like month or whatever. How do you add that into an NFT or into the blockchain? I don't understand that.
Well, they probably just get like a fucking. Well, he can see who has it.
Okay, and then that
So I
person
mean,
is
you
allowed.
just give that thing out, and then like if somebody else calls saying, "Hey, I want my 30-minute call," he's gonna be like, "You don't fucking have that NFT."
Oh my god, dude. These OnlyFans girls can do like a phone call. They can get good at like phone sex. And they could be like,
Yeah.
you sell the NFT and it's like, okay, you buy my titty picture,
Yep.
so you get access to like a picture of my
Yeah,
vagina
and
and
then
my tits.
you call me every
And
month.
you can call me every month for like 10 seconds. So like that would be like an NFT project that the big porn stars can do.
Yeah, you
Dude,
sell it for like fucking 100 G's.
yeah, and oh my god, bro, you could do exclusive shit too, like whichever, like, like, bro, it's super fucked, super fucked, but I was just thinking, like, you can do, like, some celebrity that's never gotten naked before, or even, like, a freshly 18, bro, as, like, dirty as that sounds, like, it's pretty disgusting. It's like those girls who sell their virginities, bro, like, you can do NFT versions of that. And that's the shit that's, like, some fucking prince of
Like selling your
fucking...
virginity kind of thing.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
Prince of Dubai would fucking pay some stupid amount through the NFT.
100%.
Imagine you're like the queen, bro. It's like I will show my vagina, queen vagina, NFT
The
sale.
queen, the one that's alive now. Who
Yeah.
the fuck wants to see that?
When you get, yeah, there is somebody out there who wants to.
Somebody would probably buy it just because it's like the queen. Like,
The queen snatch.
yeah, man. But yeah, bro, all the technology that's out there now, there's so much shit to do.
But it would only cost like $100 to make an NFT right now. And it's only gonna go up in price,
That's a
bro.
lot. What the fuck?
Okay, it is a lot, but think about it in the future, bro. If it's gonna start costing people thousands to make NFTs, you be thankful you made an NFT back in the day.
How? Like,
The cost of
rates supposed
Ethereum's
to be
gonna go up.
The gas.
The gas,
Aren't
bro.
gas rates supposed to be going down, dude? Like they're trying to get that shit down right now. Ethereum's fucking crazy gas hash rate and like gas rate, whatever the fuck it's called. Like it's like I'm pretty sure they're working to really break
Like
that
they're
down
trying to
because
like improve the coin type of thing.
yeah, well that was part of the reason they had the update, right? Because the reason why Ethereum's a deflationary asset now is that on every transaction there's a gas fee, which was going to the miner, but now because of the update, part of that's burned to reduce the actual fee, but that burns some of the coin, so now it's the deflationary asset. So like, let's say you had to pay 0.3 of a coin every time you wanted to make a transaction.
Yeah.
Now 0.15 is now burnt. The miner only gets 0.15. The miners were kind of pissed, but that 0.15 is now burnt and it's just gone. So now the cost actually goes down because you only pay 1.5.
But how does it make it cheaper if it's burnt?
Because you were about to pay 0.3 of an Ethereum to pay for whatever transaction you were gonna do. The miner was gonna get all of it. But now, as that when that transaction is gonna be processed, like the Ethereum network is basically like we're gonna burn half of that, so you don't actually have to pay that other half. So instead of paying 0.3, now you're gonna be paying 0.15.
Okay.
Because that other half is just gonna be burnt right away.
You pay it out, and then they pay it out to that guy. But isn't that
isn't that
a zero sum?
No, I think it's like automatically, like you don't even, the 0.15 doesn't even come out of your account, it's just like in the code now, where like every transaction that goes, they're gonna kind of like, whatever is sent, like I guess they fucking double it and then they burn it type thing.
Uh.
But now, yeah, with every
Yeah, that
transaction on
that
Ethereum,
actually takes away
portion of it
my confidence of it. That means so I don't know if I like that though. I don't know if I like that.
Why not?
I don't know. It
It
does
makes it
mean that
more
you're
scarce over time.
yeah, it means that the more people spend it, the more that somebody who's holding from way back then is going to be more valuable.
Yeah, but it also becomes relative, right? Because like
But if you had
when
diamond
price is
hands,
going up,
like say you bought like you put 20 grand in back in the day when it was worth like less than 200, like way less. If you diamond hands that all the way up, and let's say Ethereum hits 50K or some shit like that,
yeah,
like you're
you're cruising.
yeah, bro. And if it keeps on going up, and that's crazy. I can see that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that though, because you need to. I would like to live in a world where spending money and the trade aspect is not frowned upon. 'Cause it means
No, but
like
it doesn't like it's beneficial for the buyer. Beneficial for the person who's who's buying something with Ethereum. Like you're not losing that
so the
0.15.
only loser in this is the miner.
Like yeah, like the miner, it becomes
Because
it
the way
becomes
that
less
I'm
profitable
imagining in
now.
my head, the way that I see it working is that the miner is the one who facilitates the sale, and then it was just a zero sum thing. It was like you pay the miner 3.3 coins, and he makes sure that it goes through with everything.
Yeah, but now the miner's only getting half that, and you're not paying that other half.
No, I understand that, but then why not just make it relative? Like, why didn't? Does it still cost 0.3 regardless, or did they just make it cheaper? Did they just make it worth 0.5 and now they're destroying part of it, just part of the game?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the actual update. All I know is that they're fucking burning Ethereum with every transaction.
Well, they're doing the opposite. Honestly, actually, it's interesting. They're doing the opposite of what is happening to the American dollar. It's almost like we've hit critical mass for where the amount of dollars that are going to be printed, and now every time that you spend some money, the tax man just burns the money. So the American dollar is now worth more. That's essentially what's
Think
like.
they're gonna get to that?
No, that's what's happening right now with Ethereum. That's what it seems like. That's how I'm imagining it. Which means that your bank account, your buying power goes up with every transaction that goes through.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It
because
discourages people spending money. You don't want to spend your money in that case. It's more beneficial for you to just hold on to your money and don't risk anything and spend it on anything, because you know tomorrow it's gonna be worth more than it is today. Whereas right now
but it's the same thing with Ethereum. I mean,
well,
Bitcoin
the
too, right?
opposite is happening with the American dollar.
Yeah.
It encourages you to go out and invest your money and try to make something into the world, and like make the world better. Because
Yeah.
you're like, okay, like you know what I mean, this is worth more now than it is later.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know, it's a different perspective on life, you know what I mean? I almost like living with inflation because like I'm saying, just its core philosophy, it encourages you to kind of pursue benefiting the world
Like
or
do
just
things
building.
and
Yeah.
use your money.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
do
but
something
it's
like that.
it's not beneficial for like 90% of people, because like most people are told and believed to like save, right?
Yeah.
Like save your entire life, and you're constantly fighting inflation, trying to get ahead of it.
It's true. It's good for savers. Interesting, bro. Yo, I think I'm gonna call it though. Good fucking conversation, man.
Yeah,
Kept me on the
step
game.
out. Bro,
I'm gonna go eat some food.
let me know what that guy says.
Still no text back, but I
Well, it's
think
pretty late, so
yeah, he probably left me a voice message with something. Because he said hi, this is Saeed, like whatever, Fred's brother. I left you a voice message about the perfume. My number is this. If you like to call back. Yeah.
yeah. So
I'll
listen
call
to
him
it.
tomorrow.
Yeah, and let me know.
Alright, bro. Got you.
Alright, take care.
Yo, you think that song is actually Dolph? Before you dip?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too, man. It's crazy. Anyways, man. Catch you later.
All right, peace.